Hello there, welcome back to Crafters TV. I hope you're having a fabulous Sunday. I hope you're having a great Mother's Day if you are across the pond. It is Sunday, it's 7 p.m. in the UK here, 2 p.m. on the East Coast, which means it's time to bring this week to a close. And what better way to do it than with Second Chance Sunday? And with what better person than the lovely Jan Brown? She's here with me. How are you, Jan?
I was just going to have a sneaky sip of my coffee then, and I'm like, not quite. I'm good, thank you, Joe. Absolutely. I've got lots and lots of different things for you this afternoon or this evening. I'm just going to give you a quick flick of some samples, and then I'll flick back to our Joe so that he can tell you what in more detail. So we're going to look at the Farmhouse Collection. I've got one or two samples there showing you all those gorgeous stamps and matching papers and dies. We've got that little farmhouse going on there, the sentiments, the papers there. You might be making home decor. Absolutely love this van. Absolutely beautiful. So that's our farmhouse. We have got some pop-out dies. So again, looking at these little mini creator cards, you can see you've got that pop-out section in the middle. I've just chose a couple of those to show you. I'm just going to flick through them quickly. So soaking up the bubbles, and we've got that bubble bath inside there with the little tiny rubber duck dangling there at the top. Look, absolutely gorgeous. We're also going to look at those new delicate creator cards. I love these. Absolutely beautiful. So my job when I get home tomorrow is I've got a craft along with these next week. So I'm going to be designing the next project for craft along. So I've got a demo with this beautiful statement rose later on in the show. And then we've also got the shape cards on as well, so these are really good fun. So you can actually create your shapes. I've just picked two or three out. You've got the cupcake there. We've got, just look at this. Can you imagine just receiving that as a card? Awesome. It's actual lace on here. It looks beautiful, and the card is actually the shape of the gown. And then cute, again, they don't have to be the shape, you know, you can use them as a topper. So this one's actually got the bottle topper on it to go over a wine or a celebration, you know, champagne bottle. Gorgeous. So again, really good. So lots of different things to show you, either this evening, we're on evening already, but I know it's afternoon, isn't it, some places? So yes.
Well, I mean, it's morning if you're on the West Coast.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, in Australia, it's 6 a.m. tomorrow on the East Coast there. So wherever you are, whatever the time is, we've got great deals and great products coming up for you in this show. Let me, don't forget, shop the show, get over to the website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au. Also, don't forget that everyone that places an order for product from any of our Crafters TV shows today will get a one-off 50 bonus points credited to their Club Inspire account, which is awesome. We're going to get into this, and it is, of course, the Nature's Garden Farmhouse. It launched recently. It has taken us absolutely by storm. The best way to get the best value when it comes to Farmhouse is in the mega bundle that we're talking about. It is a amazing deal for you. I'm going to take you through everything that you are getting included. It all has this wonderful farmyard theme, but what it also has is a real nice modern twist to it as well. So you're going to get this included here, which is a Simply Thankful, which is gorgeous. You've got your little duckies on there. You've got the bunnies in there too. Loads that you're going to do with those. You're going to really enjoy being able to colour those up. Then what we've got here is the We Can Do It. And I love this farm lady here. She is just absolutely lovely. The imagery in these is incredible. We then have for you as well this one here. Now this is your May Your Day of Bloom. So these are stamps and dies. And the great thing is that you've got the vase in there as well, which is going to enable you to really think about the composition, how you put those together as some gorgeous sprays. This one just here is your Let Your Love Grow. And this is great because what it actually makes is a little seed packet for you, which is a really cool little element. Would go great in things like your memory books as well, as a loose element. You've got loads of stamps and dies within there. We then have this one for you, which is Flying By to Say Hi. So you've got your, I'm going to say they're geese, aren't you, Jan?
They were ducks the other day.
Ducks.
Yes, my husband thought they were geese.
Maybe they're ducks self-identifying as geese.
Maybe.
Or geese self-identifying as ducks. Who knows? We don't make the rules, Jan.
Someone said they were mallards.
Mallards, okay.
I'm not sure.
This has been an incredibly popular element of the collection.
Yeah.
This, of course, is your farm truck, which is like a real cool vintage American farm truck. We're then going to move into some sentiments as well. Obviously, the pads I'm saving till last because the pads, they are delicious. You Are Loved is this one just here. We've also got family blessings. There's maybe stuff that you wouldn't necessarily have in your collection already. You've then got thank you. We've also included in here as well, you guys have loved these when we've done this recently, which are these die cut topper elements, which are the 3D die cut toppers. We've got Debbie Fisher's favourite element of the collection, the wax seals, which is this one here. If you haven't seen it, go over to our social media and check out the clip of me and Debbie from last Sunday, was it? The Sunday, maybe the Sunday before. Yeah. This one here is your textured wood, which is lovely. That's your embossing folder. Love that you've got a conventional shaped embossing folder, and then you've got this 6x6 size embossing folder in here too. That's your hardware, as I like to call it, but we're going to move on to my favourite part. Which is, of course, your card pads. Now, this one here, you're going to get 30 sheets of this. It is 230 GSM, and it is your textured cardstock. It's double-sided. It's colour matched beautifully to work with the entire collection. A really lovely, vast array of tones. It's kind of quite muted in, they're quite bold colours, but in a sort of muted kind of way, which I like. You've then going to receive also in here the 12x12 and the 6x6 versions of the double-sided paper pad. What you've got in here is 42 sheets of awesome designs that are going to work so well with this collection. And then finally, what we've got here is your vellum pad. The vellum pads have become so popular. We've also got die cut toppers in the back of here. So this is really a card in an instant. Pop that out, maybe a couple of mats and layers, and you are good to go. The vellums though are just exquisite. They are the most amazing quality. They've got such a beautiful opacity to them as well. And they're going to tie and look at that. I just love that one there with the, I'd call it, would you call it gingham? Yes. Gingham, okay, yes. Let's go with gingham. And then you've got lots of beautiful floral elements. Love that a lot of these are quite patterned. Now, hello, come on, that is stunning. You're going to love that. You're getting all of that included in there. Now, everyone's got a great saving on this collection. Of course, you're all in Club Inspire somewhere, so you're going to get a little bit of an extra discount. Platinum members can pick this up for £112. That means Platinum members save almost £67. US Platinum members, $136, which of course is a saving of $85 for Platinum members. What I will say is everyone that goes for the mega bundle in the show, we are going to ship it to you totally free of charge. So no postage and packaging to pay in the UK, no shipping or handling to pay if you are stateside as well. I know a lot of you may have already got this, because I think a lot of you may have picked this up when we did the HSM preview. So whether you're here in the UK, you've got your hands on it, or you're stateside and you've got your hands on it, please send us in some pictures of what you've been creating with it. I know that I, myself and Jan would love to see them. studio@craftscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send those pictures into. If you want to get in touch with me, you can do so in all the normal ways. Crafters TV across on Facebook, or Crafts Companion over on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you are watching on YouTube. But Jan, we're going to kick off with this brand new Nature's Garden collection. It is an absolute beauty, isn't it?
It's lovely, it really is. And I've not seen anything like this out there on the market before. Really detailed stamps in there, and a lot of them have got the dies to go with them to cut out the elements. So again, whether you stamp first and cut out, or cut out and then stamp, it works either way, whichever your preference is. So we're actually going to have a look. The main feature in this one is that lovely embossing folder. So I've gone for the 6x6 one, which has got like a wreath on there. So you can just see the detail on it on that one. So turn it that way. There's a little opening which you can decide where you want the opening. I've used it this way like this. And what I've done is I've actually cut some Centura pearl with some of my large circle nesting dies. And I've actually cut it to a size. I sort of laid the dies on top to see what worked with this, because I want to actually put that lovely wreath onto that circle there. So I'm just going to pop that through, and it's a regular embossing folder. Just make sure I've got it the right way around. Yep. I just want to make sure that I'm embossing and not debossing, because we're going to work on that embossed edge. So just line it up where you want it to go inside that ring there. And if anybody's actually interested, let's have a look. The largest die measures about just under 6.5 inches across, and then the smallest one is about just under 3.5 inches. So but literally I just laid mine on the top of the embossing folder just to get an idea of what was going to fit inside, and then cut the cardstock first. So we're going to pop that on there, and then literally take the 2 clear plates for the Gemini and then whiz that through there just to get some embossed detail. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to colour directly onto the Centura Pearl. Now we've actually got the brush markers for the tri-blends on the show, but because this is quite delicate, I'm going to use my ordinary tri-blends just to colour this in. If we get time, I'll go through the brush markers with you in a little while. So what I want to do then here, and I'm just going to grab some scrap card to put underneath there so that it doesn't bleed through too much. But I've taken a couple of colours and mainly picked the colours to go with the paper. I've taken some paper from the paper pad there, which had got predominantly that lovely lilac colouring, and I've chosen lilac to back it on. So I've picked out lavender, which is a blue lilac, and then I've picked out a green as well. And what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do all of it because I've already got one prepared, but literally where the raised areas are here, I'm literally going to take my marker and just, it's really easy to do this because the area's raised from the embossing folder. It's actually quite easy. You think, oh, I'm going to slip, I'm going to make a mess of it, but your pen does seem to stay on top of that area that's raised, and the Centura Pearl takes the alcohol ink beautifully.
Okay, it's not really, I think coated card's sort of sometimes not something you necessarily think about colouring onto
No,
immediately.
you wouldn't, but it does take it lovely. I had a little play first to see what kind of reaction I got, and it just sits on there really nice. So again, just the petals on the flowers with the lavender, and then I'm going to do the foliage in the green. So I'll just do a little bit for you so that you can see what it looks like, and then I'll show you the one that I've done all the way around at home. So literally just taking your time. Again, we've got that lovely rotating stamping board on the show as well. I ought to have had that out for this because I could have been turning the board instead of turning my my work then. So again, just to do a little bit there, and then I'll take the green one and again do exactly the same. So where that foliage is there, might just go to the mid. Okay. And just again, just on that highlighted area where it's embossed, and it creates a really nice effect with the pens there. Now with a watermarker, you'd struggle with this one. With it being a coated surface, the water markers would just sit on top of it. But obviously with these being alcohol, they work beautifully. Okay, you could actually pick up your ink with a paintbrush if you wanted to do it with the inks. So again, just that little bit, and you can see the idea of it there. And then when I bring in the one that I've done all the way round, done exactly the same, but just coloured that all the way around, and you can see how that ink's just sat nicely. And then I've just popped a little pink gem in the centre of all the flowers there. So that's going to be the main focal point of our card. So pop that to one side a second, and then I've actually created in effect an easel card. There was a little bit of piecing together because I knew what I wanted to do in my mind. So I've technically got what's going to be an easel here. But instead of actually putting a full sheet on top of it, we're actually going to fasten this element on to the front like so. So what I did on this top join was literally decide where I wanted this to go, and then I've just drawn round it on the inside with a pencil, and then cut this, place my die and cut through both pieces here. So we've got that easel aspect, and then again matting and layering just with that lovely lavender, and then some of the hardest trouble with the double-sided pads is working out which side of the paper you're going to use, because they are beautiful. You know, whether you tend to get one side a bit more sort of detailed and then the other side a little bit more plain, but the plainer sides give you the opportunity to add things to it, you know, to stamp on them and things like that. So inside here then I'm going to pop that big mat on the bottom. Okay. And then I've done the same again for the top. I've actually done this, and I used the gap again and drew around it with a pencil. This time I've just cut this semicircle out with my scissors because it's going to be covered with the main part here. So we'll stick that one on to the top there as well. So just that normal matting and layering, which is like going down in those 1/4 of an inch increments.
A lot of people are loving this collection. Mariah says, just got my Farmhouse mega bundle, it's so wonderful. Val says, she's just got the creator cards actually, talking about those. A lot of people saying that would look great maybe onto vellum as well.
Yes.
And also Kathy asking, Jen, how do you know which side to emboss? It seems like I have to do it twice every time before I get it right.
Right, so when you're having a look at your embossing folder, it's a good question actually, because I've done it many a time myself. When you have a look, just have a feel inside them. And you will always find that one side is raised up off the flat back here. And the other side's got like a recess in it, so you can actually fit your finger inside here. So if you think about it, when I put my piece of cardstock in, I wanted the emboss bit to come up through the Centura pearl. So the side that's raised is going to push up through your cardstock and then it meets in the recess side, so you get the elements pushed up. If I'd have put it in this side with the Centura pearl facing this way, I would have had this push through the pearl and we would have ended up with the embossed side on the other side. So it's just a case of working out. You want your piece of cardstock facing up with the pretty side, whatever side you want to be embossed, over the raised side in your emboss. And normally, I would say 98% of the time, not always, but a lot of the time, the coloured detail's on the front.
Okay.
So if you can see that coloured detail, you're in the right place to get the embossing going on.
Brilliant.
All right. So what we're going to do next then, every easel card needs a stopper. So again, I've just created a little bit that was left over with the scrap with some of the Centura pearl on. And this is Centura pearl with a hint of gold, I think, if I remember rightly.
Okey-doke.
So again, I've actually put, sorry Joe.
We've got some Centura on the show. I'll share it with you in a few minutes.
I know, we've got some gorgeous colours on. I've tried to use some of them in the demos later. It's a daisy. It's because I've got some foam tape on the other side of there. So again, we just need to decide. I'm just going to turn this round so that I can see where I want this, and then pop in my piece there just to hold it as a stopper. Okay, and I've put that top piece on foam now so that we've got something to actually stop this from turning. And then what I want to do, I've just got a little piece of clear vellum that I'm going to pop behind my circle there. So again, we can use the tape pen just to pop this onto the back there. And then the one that I've just embossed, that we started colouring, I'm going to trap behind here just to give it a little bit of rigidity. So this one I'm just going to put behind just to sort of double it up.
Nice.
And make it sort of be a bit more substantial.
Like a really nice big crafty donut.
So again, just pop a little bit of tape on here. You could use your wet glue if you wanted to. I'd probably go with a tacky glue on top of the Centura pearl there. And then I'm literally, it doesn't even matter whether it's lined up or not. She says looking to line it up. But I just want it to sort of give it a bit more substance.
It looks like a polo, that's what it looks like from the back.
So you should be able to get that lined up nicely there. Okay, and then we just need some adhesive. We're just going to stick this to the front here. All right, so I just want adhesive round the front of that semicircle. So the width of it's about 1.5 inches wide. We'll put plenty of adhesive on there. And then again, because it's been done with the dies, I can see through there to line that up. And I've gone for about the same distance at either side here. And we'll get that piece stuck down. So we're going to end up with this kind of effect when it's all stood together, you can see there. And then I've actually just got some little bits and pieces. So from the stamp sets, I've not got the stamp set there with me. It should be around. But in the stamp sets, there's lots and lots of little pieces. So I've got the watering can there and kept that lilac theme with the flowers. I've done the little pair of Wellingtons, and again we've gone with that sort of hydrangea colour that we coloured originally. Little tiny flower piece, and then this has actually popped out of the back of that vellum pad, so there's loads of different sentiments and toppers and things like that in there. So I'm actually going to pop this on the top of here, like so, and then I've got a little tiny bit of glue just to put the flower on, just as a little embellishment at the bottom here. And then we're going to put those other two in the centre of the that circle, in the donut. So I'm just going to lay this flat for a second while we stick these down.
Okie doke.
Okay.
Lynn says papers in this collection are lovely. Panda Crafts was saying the colour palette is beautiful. Nona has ordered her pads, can't wait for them to arrive as well. Peg, let me know she sent a picture in for us too. You can send pictures in of anything you've created from any of the elements in the show. I mean, there's loads of stuff on this show, and you can email them to me, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send them into. So please do. We love seeing what people have been up to, Jan, don't we?
I love seeing the examples that people are, because everybody does something different. Everybody's got a slightly different twist on things, and I love it. So again, you can see that finish. Now, if you're worried about, I haven't actually done it on this one, but if you're worried about being able to see this at the back, just die cut this piece again plain without colour in it and stick it on the reverse so that you've got like a backing on it, and then it's not as obvious that there's the glue showing. But again, just a different style. You can see we've got that stopper there to a lovely couple. And then you've got those details. So anybody that's sort of, you know, gardening's a hobby and things like that, absolutely perfect for. But just something different with that circle on there as an easel.
Absolutely. And a really wonderful, wonderful project. And remember, there is a launch date already across on our website that you can go back to and get 2 hours worth of inspiration from. There will be very soon, no doubt, a craft along too. I'm not sure if it's scheduled yet, the craft along. We'll check for you, see if we can find out when that is. What I want to do is take you back through everything that you're getting here in the collection. I'm going to try and just move this and make this a little bit easier. I've not made it easy for myself, Jan. Here we go. We're going to go there. Right. I was very, well,
don't touch that collection.
I was stood over there earlier and I exhaled and all of that fell down. So I mean, I didn't even look at it, Jan. I'm not even looking at it.
You never even touched it, did you?
In yesterday's Craft House show, I threw something down. No, it wasn't Craft House, it was during Play Crafts, right?
Yeah.
I was a bit of a strop that I got an answer wrong, so I put my whiteboard on the side and knocked the whole display over. Anyway, less about that. Right, let me go through the stamps and all the dies and all the gorgeousness you're getting in here. So you've got Simply Thankful, which is this one just here. You've then got these stamps in there too, which is We Can Do It. Then we're going to move down onto stamps and dies, and what these are is your May, Your Day Bloom, which is wonderful. You've got the vase in there as well as all the flowers in the stamps and the dies, so you can really play around with them. You could actually use them to make things like wreaths if you wanted to as well. This one here is Let Your Love Grow, which is actually your seed packet, and then you've got lots of different bits in there that you can use to decorate that up as well. We've got the mallards, which are these ones just here, which is you're flying in to say hi. You've also got, again, your dies to cut out all of those. This one here is your Enjoy the Ride. Now, this farm truck has been the one that seems to have really got you chatting when it comes to this collection. You are loved. What a gorgeous sentiment that is. That's going to be coming in there for you. Family blessings, as well as thank yous. You're going to be able to use all of those. We've then got the 3D die cut toppers in there too. These are awesome. You're going to get those included. You're also going to get the wax seal included as well, which is this one here. You're going to be able to put these awesome wax seals onto your projects. There's embossing folders in here for you too. So you've got the textured wood along with the foliage wreath too. Now, we're going to move into the paper pads because I know you guys absolutely love the paper pads. They are legendary, aren't they now? And it's a linen texture that you've got in here. That lavender is gorgeous. Again, a really lovely colour palette that's been used, which is going to perfectly complement all of the different hardware elements in your collection. You're going to get that. Then what you're going to get is you're going to get the pattern papers. Now you're going to get it firstly in the 12x12, which you've got here. They're all double-sided for you as well, which is wonderful. And then what you've got is, so you've got the double-sided papers in this 12x12 and in the 6x6 too. Then you've also got the Vellum Pad. Now the Vellum Pad's a relatively new thing that we've started doing, but you guys have absolutely loved it. And in here what you've got is lots of die-cut toppers in the back of here, 4 pages in fact of die-cut toppers, and then you've got these gorgeous vellums, and they are the most amazing quality. They've got a wonderful opacity to them, and it's the first time actually, well, first time I've seen in a long time, that we've got sort of patterned vellums, which is not something we see a lot of. We see a lot of like faux inked background style vellums. We see a lot of floral elements when it comes to vellums, but I'm really loving the patterns that you've got in there as well. So you get absolutely all of that You get all of it. We're going to send it out to you totally free of charge as well. So no shipping and handling or postage and packaging to worry about. If you're a platinum member, you get a bit of an extra discount, £112 or $136 to pick it up as a platinum member today. Right, we are going to move on. I've got something awesome to show you next. Just look at all of that brilliant stuff that you are getting just there. I want to share with you this next item here as well. I also want to check something too. This is an amazing bundle because what you've got in here is you've got your Totally Tiffany bag, which I'm just going to take the stuff out of it for a moment. I just wanted to check something. I've got an idea, but I don't know if it's going to work. Do they go in there? No, they're not going to go in there. It was an idea, wasn't it? You know, I just thought it was a work in progress. So, what you're going to get in here... There is a different one, isn't there?
Yeah, there is,
12 by 12.
I've got that one at home. Yeah,
yes.
I can't remember its name, but yeah, the paper pads fit in there beautiful.
Yeah, so this one is designed to take your rotating design board, obviously without the bulldog clip on there. But what this does is it zips up. Now, the bag is awesome because what you can get in the bag is obviously, it's like a sort of little colouring project bag really, because what we've got here is we've got some of our markers, which I'm going to pop into the front of here, along with a rotating design board. Have you got a rotating design board over there, Jan?
I have, yes.
Oh, would you like to just show us it spinning round? Mine's in its packaging, so...
Just pop downstairs for a
just going downstairs.
Just popping downstairs.
Just in the craft vault.
It is, yes. Let me move these over for you. But again, you can see how you've got that sort of rotation on there. If you have a look down here, you can see the mechanism. It's got all those lovely little ball bearings in there that allows it to just turn freely. So instead of turning your card round like I was trying to do earlier, you can pop your design on here, clip it on wherever you fancy. It doesn't have to be at the top, you know, wherever you want it to go. And then literally as you're colouring, the board does the turning so that you don't have to worry. You can stay colouring it at an angle that's comfortable. Yeah,
super handy, really lovely. And this bag has been developed specifically for this. Now we've got I've just popped into the front of there. I'm going to hold this forward to show you. I've just popped into the front of there some classic markers and some pencils and stuff. Now I'm pretty sure something like your Sarah Buddy bag would fit in there, or your Deborah Buddy bag, which has your either your tri-blend markers in, or the one that has your regular markers in. Also, I think if you had like the 24 pen carry case, that would also slip into there as well. Yeah. So it's not just about having your rotating design board in there, which is of course I have. It's really like a really gorgeous colouring project bag. I love the fact that you've got a front pocket on this one, which is brilliant. You also have as well another slip pocket on the inside too, so you're going to be able to keep your projects all nicely separated. It's a really, really great bag, and it's made and constructed like the lowest tote is. It's the same kind of thing, so it's clear, so you're always going to be able to see what's in there. You've got beautiful, nice long handles, and also lovely piping and stitching. And I love the fact that they reinforce that bottom.
Yes.
There's nothing worse than a grubby bottom, is there?
There isn't. No, we need a reinforced bottom.
We need
definitely.
a reinforced. Nice bottom.
Sturdy bottom.
Nice sturdy bottom. There's nothing worse than your bags. I've got this friend, right? She loves the designer handbag, Jan. And when we go out, you go to a restaurant, say we're sitting in a restaurant here, she will pull the chair out next to her, she'll take the napkin, puts the napkin down, and then puts her handbag on the napkin. So, we need to get her a reinforced bottom for her handbags.
You can't have a grubby bottom, can you?
No, absolutely not. So you've got that there as well, which is awesome. Right, we're going to move on to the tri-blends. So I've got I've got so many things I'm having to go into the craft vault. I've got two different types for you. So what we've got firstly is the brush nib. It's really horses for courses when it comes to our tri-blend markers. They do work together as well, so you can use both types in the same project. What the brush nib does is it has a Japanese brush nib on there, so you can lay a lot of colour down quickly. You can get a lot of texture with them as well. You do have a bigger variation in the colour families as well, so you go through a wider range. So the darkest tone is darker than it would be on a normal tri-blend, the lightest tone is lighter. So you've got all of those in there. It is a full collection for you on these, and these are the colours that you are getting. So you've got your reds through to your greens and your blues, and you can see how you get that ombre, that blend from the lightest tone into the darkest tone, and then you've got all of those colours too. So that is your tri-blend brush pens that you've got just there. We do also have the tri-blend markers. Don't have a colour chart for these. It's available online if you want to go and see them there. And this is your deep blends that you've got. Again, a really nice variation, 24 pieces offering you 72 colours. What I would say also is that there is hours and hours and hours of education and inspiration on both of the types of tri-blend markers that we have over on our website, or pop across to YouTube and you can have a look on YouTube under Crafter's Companion. The videos are arranged into playlists, and if you look at the Colour Me Happy playlist, you'll see all the Colour Me Happy shows, so you'll be able to go back and look for that. Got a really lovely Centura Pearl bundle in the show for you too. Now this is brilliant. So what colours you're getting in here? Is this mint?
Caramel.
Caramel. One day I'll remember them all.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Isn't it? Gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous.
If it wasn't paper, I'd eat it.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
Stunning.
That one
Caramel,
is your caramel. So you've got that in there. You are getting Snow White, hint of gold. Is this one here. You are going to get more sheets than I've got here. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're getting 10 of each. Someone's definitely had their fingers in here. You're going to get 50 sheets total, which is amazing. This one here is the Fuchsia. Really gorgeous. Again. Just look at the luster on it. And it's a really lovely 310 GSM. So it really is going to be perfect for a whole host of different projects. Oh, is the silver one double-sided? Or have I got the wrong one? We'll double check it.
Oh.
Now, baby blue is what we've got next, which is this one here. Really lovely. Almost a bit, it is a baby blue. It's almost a bit duck eggy, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a really
it is,
beautiful
isn't it? Yeah.
powder blue tone that you've got there. 10 sheets of that one. And you've also got Christmas green, which is like a kind of Jaguar racing green, I always like to think.
Beautiful.
As well.
I don't think there's a colour in that range that I don't like, Joe. There's
really
gorgeous.
A really lovely selection of some of our top selling colours. 50 sheets of Centura Pearl for £10.
That's ridiculous.
That is amazing. That's 20 pence per sheet you're looking at there, which is incredible value for money. It really, really is. Right. This big collection is causing me a lot of issues, guys. I don't know if you've noticed at home, but I'm just having to move it. I'm going to put it over here.
Juggling it around.
Do you see it there?
No.
I'm hiding it over there, all right? And now I'm going over there. This is what they call in the... Oh, I thought we were going to do a live walk, George. You know? I do all my own stunts. You ready? Let's do a live walk. Okay, let's go.
There we go.
Oh,
look.
yeah.
Excellent.
Amazing. Nailed it. I think we nailed it, George. We're going to move on to the gorgeous creator cards. I'm going to add own stunts to my CV now after that. These are the gorgeous creator cards. These are the delicate ones. You've got a craft along. Do you want to give us? Have you decided yet about your craft along? Is it a work in progress?
I've got a couple of ideas. I've not actually started it. That's tomorrow's. That's penciled in for tomorrow. But I've got a couple of ideas that I just want to have a work through and see what works. But yes, the problem is knowing which one I'm going to use, Joe, because they're all beautiful. I've got a couple again that I'm thinking about, but until I actually get there and have a play tomorrow, I'm not sure yet what the outcome's going to be.
Right.
But that will be next Thursday.
So this coming Thursday.
Yes. Yes.
I get confused when we get to Sunday, whether it's... No, what I get confused with, Jan, is when people say next Thursday, I'm never unsure if it's the next one coming or it's the one after next.
Yeah.
Because on Sunday, is it this Thursday? Because it's not, because this Thursday would have been Thursday gone.
Yes. So next Thursday, the next one coming along.
It's a minefield,
but it is everybody, I know we have this conversation a lot at home.
It's a miracle I get to work on the right days, to be quite honest with you. I mean, it's a blessing I'm here. You should be grateful. Right, let's move on. These delicate creator cards are awesome. So you've got the gorgeous statement rose in here. Different options about how you use them, whether you want to use them as a topper or as a cut in, because we're giving you the option with that removable outside edge, which is brilliant. You've then got the Schmetterling, the graceful butterfly. Boy, is it graceful. I love that you can lift up those wings. You guys are going to love this. This one is also beautiful. This is a place to remember.
Yeah, that one's
really
in the running.
Is it?
Yes, that's one of the ones that
I like this one. I think this one might be my favourite. Champagne Celebrations is what we are talking about with this one. They are very, very big, substantial dies, these two. Who doesn't love a fairy? Do you believe in fairies, Jan?
I do.
I believe in fairies.
I sure do, yes.
I firmly believe in fairies. So you got that one there. And then we've also got Belle of the Ball. Hello, what a glamazon. You get all of them included. 6 different die sets in there, which is absolutely brilliant.
Tell you what, Joe, just while you've got those on and while all these lovely people are watching, if you've got a favourite that you want to work with on the craft along, if you're going to come and join me on Thursday,
Great
let
idea,
me know
Jan.
which one you want to use. And if there's one comes out on top, I will use that one in the project. If everybody's got different choices, then I might have to make a decision. But if there's one that comes out, you know, as being a popular choice, then we'll use that on Thursday.
Okay,
so
well,
let me know in the comments below if there's a particular one you want to have a play with.
So our social media superstar for this hour is Rachel, the lovely Rachel. So we'll get Rachel. Have a quick vote now. In the next 5 minutes, we'll get Rachel to keep an eye out.
Yeah.
And let us know, Rachel, if there's a clear winner out of all of those. They are beautiful. You can pick them up today as a platinum member for $67.96 or $79.80. Lots and lots you can do with these. But also, Jan, I guess lots you can do with these, but really not needing to do too much to them. They do the talking for themselves, really, don't they?
They do. That's the beauty of the creator card. And we always label up our packaging so that you can see clearly which collection they come from. So are they an edgeable? Are they an ordinary everyday die? Are they an element die? On this one, you've got the creator card tab on it. And every time you see that, you know that that die is going to do all the work for you. So for example, we're going to make this one, and you can see how that's been cut straight into the card there. You can see my hand through it. It's all open. You could actually pop acetate or vellum behind here, but we've left this one open. And then I've used some of that gorgeous fuchsia Centura pearl inside it just to show through the detail. So yeah, like Joe said, because the two pieces of the die come separately, and I love the fact that this is happening more and more with the dies now, because we've got that outside edge, that means that you can actually cut either a matten layer, or it means that you can cut this element out to be a topper that you can then add to something. So it could be a card, it could be a box, it could be the top of a box. Now I'm not actually going to use this piece because I want this to cut into my card. I'm just going to take off the main die here. And again, you can see with this one here, if we have a look, that we've got cutting edge round part of it at this side, but then when you get to this side, there's no external cutting edge. So this part is going to stay attached to your project, whatever that project may be. There's some little tiny embossing pieces as well. And then obviously where the gaps are, we're going to get elements cut out to give you that filigree look. So what I've done is I've cut a piece of cardstock down to 5x7, so standard size there. And again, it's that stamping card that we really should be calling all-purpose card. Strong enough to be your card blank, will stand up independently on its own. So we're actually going to tape this into place on the front, and I've just left it big enough to create a little border around the outside so that we've got something for the card to stand with. So let's just pop this central and get that all the way around so it's nice and even all the way around. And I'm going to tape this into the middle bits here so that we don't get any damage with the tape. So it's a thin metal die. So again, I'm just going to bring those plates out. Now it will fit on your junior plates. If I just show you, oops, what we've done with them. They are the right size to actually, so I could actually put this on here with some of the cardstock out of the back there, if that's how you wish. Or if you've got the larger Gemini, then we can just lay it flat on there. So normal plate combination there for the thin metal dies. And then let's just run that through our Gemini, and it's going to cut all that gorgeous detail into the front of the card. And then what we're going to do while the die is still on it, we're going to use the die as a stencil, and we're going to do some inking through it. So let me show you what I mean.
Julie has waded into the next Thursday, this Thursday, Thursday after argument. She said, she says, my husband and I argue about this all the time. I think it's next and or the Thursday after next. So she would say this coming Thursday is next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
But then when we get to tomorrow, it becomes this Thursday, and next Thursday becomes
the
Thursday after
current
next.
week. I'm with you. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a miracle anyone gets anywhere on time, Jan. It really is. Next Monday would be tomorrow, yeah. Well, I think you're wrong, Georgina. I hate to tell you, but according to the comments, that's not the way it works.
Right, so I'm going to take the tape off here. And then what we're going to do before we take this off is just use some ink. So this is going to stay in place for the minute, and I've taken some, it's a little bit darker than what I did on the sample here so that you can see it in the camera. I've got Pine Tree, which is the dark green, and Plum Jam, which is the dark pink. And I'm just going to use the little finger daubers there to pick up some ink. And this is water reactive ink. You could use your pigment inks, probably even get away with your quick dry as well, is the word I'm thinking about. So just tap off the excess there, and then we're just going to go through onto that rose with the pink. Okay.
Beautiful.
And again, you know, as much or as little, you can try and do a little bit of shading if you wish. So you can go darker in some areas just by adding another layer. Okay.
So much detail in there.
They're beautiful, honestly. And as I say, that you're right, you know, the work's been done for you there, Joe. Absolutely. You don't need to do much else with them.
Rachel's come back to me and she says they like all of them, but Belle of the Ball is clearly out in the lead.
Oh, right. So that's the lady, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, she actually says Belle of the Ball, actually, what she does say is more popular by a fraction. It's not really any clear winner, Jan.
Oh, right.
But Belle of the Ball is the favourite.
Okie dokies, we'll see.
So we're going to use this more as a more of a plebiscite than a referendum. Let's put it that way.
I'll have a look when I get home tomorrow, because depending on which one I use, sort of almost depends on the colour scheme as well.
Okay.
So
well, we can't wait to see. Keep an eye on Jan's social media if you want to see what she decides to do on Thursday. Jan will be here with Ben for that on Thursday at 3 p.m. in the UK. It's 10 a.m. on the East Coast, 7 a.m. on the West Coast. So make sure you join them both for that. In fact, I would say if you're in the UK, you order these today, very highly likely you would receive them by Thursday.
I think so.
I would even say maybe with express shipping, there is a chance you might receive them in the US. So if you don't receive them in time for the craft along, don't worry, because it means that you can come back and watch the show at any point over on our website. So when they arrive, you can then sit back, relax at your leisure, come back and do that craft along. Make sure you go and check out the launch day as well, because there was 2 hours of inspiration for you on these there as well. So we've got you covered.
So all I'm going to now then is just gently release the die from what we've been working on inside.
Nice.
You've got some bits and pieces left in here that I can take out in a second. And then obviously just to get rid of those bits from the die. But you can see where that stenciling's come in, where we've just gone through the pieces in the actual die. And you can do that with pretty much any die, to be honest. I think we tend to forget that element. We're always busy die cutting, but you tend to forget that you can use them as stencils as well. So let's just get rid of those, and then we can reinforce that crease down that side. And you can see here, oops, do you know, there's always some pesky bits decide they're going to hide.
Always pesky bits,
always.
Isn't there?
Doesn't matter how many times you look at it. Right, have we gone? I think we're gone, yeah. So you've got time to be a little bit more careful. I've just caught the edge here where I've got to the close to the edge of the stencil there, the metal die. But you can see how that's cut out. Beautiful. Look, another one. I swear it wasn't there last time I looked. I'm sure they jumped back in. So absolutely beautiful. But when we pop that Centura underneath there, and all I've done is created a matten layer. So we've got a little bit of the Centura pearl with the hint of gold. So that one's going to go underneath, just because I wanted that sort of luxuriousness of the pearl, because obviously the stamping card is plain inside. So I'm just going to layer these up, and I've just left a little tiny border all the way around. Okay, and then again we're going to stick this on the inside so that we've got that gorgeous fuchsia coming through to match the pink decoration on the front there. So that one's going to go just up to that fold line so that I can still fold the card. Okay, and then
lovely
just
colour
again,
combo, Jan, here.
Just to reinforce, you know how much I like my pink, Joe. And if it's a rose, well, it's perfect choice, isn't it? And then I've just stamped out a little banner with a little bit of the matching ink again, and we're just going to pop that over that one side. So I'll just run a piece of double-sided tape, and then we're just going to literally pop that across the top there. And you can see how we've got, you know, you don't need to do much more than that. And that's the whole idea of your Create a Card range, is that the die does all the work for you. Little bit of ink on there, and honestly, you've got something really, really nice. The one that I did earlier slightly, that was fuchsia ink instead of the plum jam. So it's just a slightly lighter tone there. All right.
Beautiful.
But really, really easy to do, and you've got such a wow factor with them when somebody receives that, and yet you've done very little work to actually achieve it.
Oh, you don't need to let people know that though, Jan.
No.
Oh, God.
Oh, are you knocking everything over again? Look. What's he like today?
What am I like?
Not having a good day today, are you? Bless you.
I did it all day yesterday as well. I'm obviously a bit rusty. Right, let's stay there. Let's fix it. I can't stop the show.
Don't
Stop
make
the
it worse.
show. Oh. Right. No, there's nothing wrong with it. Normally at this point I'd be blaming George, saying that he hadn't constructed it properly, but I mean they were solid foundations, George. I'm just very clumsy. I am sorry. We will not get a BAFTA for this. I can assure you of that. Let me pop that on there. Right, done. Whew. I was worrying so much about the big one, I forgot about the small one. Words of wisdom there from George. Thank you for that, George. Look after the small ones, and the big ones look after themselves. That's what my mum used to say. Let's just all take a moment to calm down. My mum has never said that, by the way. Now, let me take you through. So what you're going to get in here included is you're going to get that statement rose. You're also going to get the graceful butterfly in there too. We've then got a place to remember. That might be really lovely things like sympathy cards, I'm guessing, or actually, you know, even wedding cards.
I was on the wedding line with it, I must admit. When I'd got that one in mind, I was thinking possibly going along the wedding line with that. That was one of the ideas.
Okay, yeah, I think it's going to be really versatile, that.
Yeah.
And also colour that, you can actually make that quite autumnal, I think.
You
or
could.
Very spring, summer. It's up to you what you want to do with the colour tones there. This one here is Champagne Celebrations that we've got just here. Absolutely gorgeous. The next one is Fairy Gardens, which is brilliant. And then what we've got here is Belle of the Ball, which is your favourite, according to the people of the interweb. Now, let's see what everyone is up to. Carol says she's got this. Renee's arrived yesterday, and she's made 3 cards already. I love that. Lynn says, love these creative card designs. It's difficult to choose just one favourite, but the butterfly and rose at the top of my list. Oh, Joe, LOL, says Mary. Nonna says, question, if you put a coloured sheet behind the die cut, where would you write your message? Right,
that's a very good question. And what
it?
I like to do with that is actually create a panel for the back. So again, you could do a nice little mat and layer. You could actually put a piece of stamping card on there so that you've got somewhere nice and plain to write. And even stamp it up, stamp a sentiment in there. There's nothing wrong with actually working on the back of your card. Some people just write on the back, but I think just a nice mat and layer just finishes it off nicely so that you've actually got that lovely detail inside there. Okay.
Brilliant. So I hope that answers your questions, Nonna. I've got a couple of bags for you from Totally Tiffany. Now, there's a few different things that you can do with these. The first one up for you, I have got the Kirsten, the buddy bag here. Now, this is great for a load of things. We've just put some of the page dividers in here. So what you could do is you could be using this with the stamp and die organisers. You could actually be filling this with that. Then you could have makes in there if you want to. These 2 bags are some of the biggest bags we've seen in the Totally Tiffany range, so they are going to be really great for you to fill. The whole point of the buddy bag, of course, is that what you've got that handle on the side, so there's all stores on its side, and it's going to go in and out of that lowest tote, which is brilliant. Now we've got another one here for you. This one is your Katy Buddy Bag. Now, great thing, same sort of concept as this, little bit taller, little bit slimmer. The other thing is we've used the other tab dividers in here, but we've used the portrait ones if you want to use those. I think this would also be great for tri-blend markers. I know we've got the Sarah Buddy Bag, which is designed for your tri-blend markers. This a bit on the longer side, great for your sort of 5x7 cards as well. If you wanted to store those in here, it's going to be awesome. They're both across on, it's not that expensive. Don't worry, we're not going to charge you £80 for this or $120. We'll get the right, I've got the right price here. So the price on the Kirsten Buddy Bag, this one I just showed you here, that's £14.99 or $15.99 if you want that one. This one here, which is the Katy Buddy Bag, that is $11.99 or $12.99. They're the prices. Ignore the price there on your screen, it is a mistake. So grab both of those. They all go into the lowest tote. The lowest tote is an absolutely awesome bag as well. Molly says, we still love you, Joe. Even happen without a BAFTA. Well, the reality is I'm never going to win a BAFTA, so I'm glad I've always got your love, Molly. Jane says, Joe, I'm just as clumsy as Joe. My dad calls me Calamity Jane. This is from Jane, by the way. And if it can be tripped over, knocked over, stepped on, dropped, I will do it. Julie saying she ordered the 2 buddy bags that we've got there to pop her card blanks in, which is awesome. Very, very busy. I know we've had a wonderful first hour. Where's that? Who stole the last 51 minutes of that show? Crikey O'Reilly, as they say, somewhere in the UK. I'm going to give you an opportunity to check out. Whilst you do that, here's all the details of Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. Become a member of our club today.
Make sure you do become a member of the club. It is the best place to be, which is fantastic. I'm going to take you through the boards in a second of these pop-outs, but I just asked Jan if she could share you just a few of the ideas. There's a lot of different ways, Jan, you can use these, isn't there?
There is, yes. I think, were these launched, was it yesterday these were launched,
I think it was a couple of weeks ago, off the top of my head, yeah.
Ago. I know I went back and had a look at the launch on them, but again it was sort of lots and lots of different ideas, because again they are typically like a mini creator card die. Now they were designed specifically as a pop out, so you can see the elements here inside in that pop out. If you look at the construction there, you can see, and I'm going to show you how to do it like this. This was the original idea with it, but again there's nothing to stop you using that creator card on the front of your card. It can either be a see-through one with some acetate behind it, you could make it a shaker behind it, you could just use it as a die cut element to put on top of your card. But the sort of general idea here, again, was just literally sort of reasonably straightforward on the front, but then you've got that lovely design on the inside just to show you all the different pictures, and then you get this lovely little bit here that just sort of twirls. It's on the invisible thread in the middle.
Nice.
So each one's got a different theme there. So again, you know, not having to worry too much about the outside of your card, because if someone was receiving this as a gift, they would be displaying it open like this with that in the inside. And again, each one, this one's actually got the little leaves in there to go with the countryside. And then I just love the soak up the fun one. So again, you know, why not actually make it? We've got little diorama going on there, and again, got some shaker pieces inside there just to create the illusion of the bubbles on that one. And then the tunnel cards, which again on the launch show, Sarah actually showed you how to do all these different versions. So again, when you look in the top there, you can see that there are several pieces. So what she did was sort of snip away elements of the die. So the first piece has just got the foliage on it, and then when you move back a layer, it's got extra elements on it to give that, sort of illusion of looking in through the window at it, or out of the window, whichever. So lots and lots of different ways. For my demo, I'm just going to show you that pop out, that main pop out element. But yeah, if you want to have a look at all those different ideas, have a look at the launch show, which I think was back on the 22nd of April.
It was indeed, yes.
So yeah, Sarah did, I know she did lots of different demos with it, showing you how to do the different styles.
Yes, we launched these on the 22nd of April. There was a craft along last Saturday as well. On the 1st of May, was it? Awesome, you can go back. So you've got 2 hour launch day, the opportunity to craft along in real time as well. There's so much inspiration for you already there. Let's move on. I want to share with you these, all the different ones you're getting included. So this one here with the little schmetterling is your secret garden. You're also getting time to celebrate. We'll all be finding time to celebrate soon.
Always.
Not long now. Apparently, Jan, today, hugs. 17th of May. Hugs are back.
My birthday's the day before then. So
I'll give you a birthday hug.
Could we even manage a day early to have a birthday?
I don't think so, no.
But
I can give you a hug. I'll give you a hug the day after
the
your birthday.
day after.
If I see you the day after that. Country Village is this one
here. I am a hugger. I like to have a nice hug.
Too. I do love a hug. This one is you're into the woods. You've also got party vibes here as well. You've then got our home, which is this one here. Enjoy the bubbles, and also go camping too. So you've got all of those in there. $55.93 or $69.65 is your price. Yeah, elbow bumps and fist bumps, not the same as a hug.
No, it's not. You don't get the same
hug.
satisfaction, do you, as a nice hug?
Absolutely not. Apparently, at the start of the first lockdown, I was told that if you did this released the same sort of endorphins as a hug. I can confirm it doesn't work. When I used to be thinner, I used to do that thing where you can put your hands behind and make it look like you're doing that. But I'm not that slim anymore, so that ship has sailed. Do you remember just as a kid when you used to do that thing, you'd put your own hands around and you'd turn around so it looked like you were like... Did no one remember doing that? Come on, Jan, surely you remember that.
No, I don't. I didn't try that one.
So you're like, I'm just going to give my girlfriend a kiss, and then you'd be like...
Did he have to have the bum wiggle with it as well? Is that?
Anyway, save me, Jan. Save me.
Dear. Oh, you're making me cough now.
Right.
Where are we? Are we doing a demo? Honestly, I've just got that vision in my head now. It did distract me a bit. Yeah, it was the bum wiggle at the back that got me. You didn't see that bit. Right, so back to our pop-out die collection then, and I've chosen the secret garden. Stop chuckling.
Sorry.
Honestly. So
the thing is that you don't know, even if my microphone goes down, so we turn it out so you can't hear it at home, my voice is still in Jan's ear. So if I blow my nose, if I'm coughing, if I'm chuckling, she can still hear it all. She can.
So again, your main die there, and you've got that gorgeous little circle with no cutting edge, so this is going to cut into your design again. If you wanted to make this a topper, you could just team it up with one of your nesting circles to actually make it cut out and be a topper, or you could just cut round it. But as always, when we do create our dies, there's always room for some little extra elements there. So we've got that gorgeous little butterfly, which is the one that we're going to put on the thread, and then you've got some little bits of flowers and foliage to cut out the stamps that come with the collection. So when I actually show you this one, you can see we've got that butterfly there that matches the die, and then you've got your foliage, and then we've got For My Fabulous Friend and Hello Beautiful on this one. So some really nice sentiments. So
really gorgeous.
And again, this is becoming sort of quite a regular thing now with the dies. You've got that little instruction book there. So if you do like to see written instructions with your photographs, it takes you through how to create it as a pop-out design.
We're doing this for a lot of the dies now, aren't we, adding these instructions?
Yeah, and I think it's worthwhile. You know, everybody's sort of, we were talking about this earlier, weren't we, Joe, about how people learn. You know, it's like, I'm a writer. I write things down to sort of commit it to memory, but some people like to actually do the task. Some people like the written word and the picture to go with it. So we're trying to cater to everything, but don't forget, you've always got access to these shows. Even once we've finished live, you've still got access to us to actually flick back and have a look through. And then obviously we've got the different languages throughout the book, so it's not as daunting as you think. Oh my goodness, there's about 12 pages there, Jan. It's just in different languages for you. So I'm going to pop that to one side. So what I actually want to do, if I show you the front part of my card, I've used some of that lovely caramel Centura pearl. And I've created a 5.5 inch square. So in total it measures 11 inches, and just scored it down the centre. And then I actually want the element that's going to create that lovely pop out inside. So I've taken the same size piece of card, so we're still working at 5.5 by 11. And instead of scoring it this time, I want to do my die cutting first. So I've just marked the halfway point and put a really faint pencil line down the middle. And then what we're actually going to do is tape this one, and all the dies have got a natural central point. So you can see here, there's actually a break. So you've got flowers coming up one side, flowers coming up the other side, and then there's a natural break here at the top. So this is going to be the centre top as it comes through the centre of the die. So when we actually pop this down, I'm going to line this up with the little line that I've drawn here. And I'm looking roughly to create an equal gap, top and bottom. So we've got just under an inch, I think, top and bottom there. Get that one lined up, and then tape your tape onto the inside bit here. And then the whole piece of this is going to come out, so you don't have to worry about that tape doing any damage when you take it off. And then we just need our Gemini plates there. Again, I'm going to pop this through the large one because I've got that one out. So again, pop that on there. If you wanted to work with these in your Gemini Junior, they would work. Again, you just leave that little bit of card stuck out of the back so that you can get it onto your Junior plate. And then what we're going to do...
A lot of people saying, Rachel, our social media superstar, she remembers the self-hug, the self-smooch as we called it. She says it must be an 80s, 90s thing. Ooh. I think it must be. Lynn says, I remember it too, Joe. And Diana says, Joe, you make my day. It's very kind of you. Maybe it was just a thing that happened, I don't know. Yeah, in the early 90s. It was definitely a thing then.
Oh, look at this. This has just literally fell away.
Oh,
look.
Perfect.
Beautiful. So let's get rid of the plates there. And then you can see how that's just literally popped out. So this bit's waste. We don't actually need the bit inside there. So if I just take that off the die there, and that bit's actually waste. We've got a few bits we can pop out of there. And then these have actually come out straight away, look. So you've got that beautiful die cut image there. And then just use your eraser to take away any pencil lines there. So then once we've done that, we can then pop the score line in. So if I get my, whoops, just reach downstairs and get my scoreboard there. So what we want to do is create two sets of score lines. So we need a central one, which is actually going to be along that pencil line. So I'm going to line up, and again, this is where that black line comes in handy. So where I marked my centre point here and here, I've just lined that up with the black, and I'm just going to score on the outside of that die, and then I'm going to follow the line down and then bring that score line here through the centre as well. So that's going to give me my central score line there. So we can actually pop that in and just burnish those into place. And then what we need to do is actually create the bit that folds back. So I made mine an equal amount. So we're going to do 5.5. Half of 5.5 is going to be 2 3/4. So again, at the 2 3/4 line, I'm going to make a score line at the left-hand side here. And I'm going to turn round and I'm going to do the same on the other side at 2 3/4 and just bring that score line this way. Now I'm going to do this on both sides because I know that this is actually going to fold the other way. So just to make sure that we've got that line and those fibres in the card broken down there. Put that to one side for a second. Oops. And then literally we actually want to fold this one. This is the front piece here. So this one's then going to be the valley. So we've got our mountain fold in the middle, and then this one's going to fold up against your middle section. So just make sure everything lines up nicely at the top and bottom, and then burnish those folds in. And the same at this side. So we've got mountain in the middle, and then this one wants to come towards you again.
Awesome.
So again, check that top and bottom edge and make sure it's all lined up, and give it a good burnish. So you can see when we bring this to the inside now, we've got sections to stick on the edge there, but we've created that lovely pop out element with your die in the centre. Now the rest of it is just purely decoration. So again, it is entirely up to you how you go about this. I'm literally just going to swap over to the one I did at home because I've just done a little tiny bit of stamping on here, not a lot, just use one of those little tiny flowers here and done a little bit of stamping. Other than that, it's identical to the one that we'd just finished off there.
Okey-doke.
And then I've created some mats and layers using some papers, and I think this might be from that farmhouse pad, Joe, because that was the one I'd got out, if I remember rightly. I often end up using whatever's out on the desk, so I think, if I remember rightly,
Yes, that does look like the farmhouse one.
yeah, it is from there. So I've made panels to go on the inside there. And again, I've got that caramel Centura pearl just to mat and layer with, which just tone nicely with the daisies in here. So again, I've gone 1/4 of an inch, smaller than the panel here, all the way around, and just made the mats and layers for that one. And then for the front of the card, I'm just going to go, because I've made the card out of the Centura pearl, I'm not going to worry too much about a matte and layer because it almost looks as if it's matte and layered already. So I've just gone with a piece of the cardstock. So again, we're popping that one in the centre.
Apparently, the self-hug was from the TV intro to the show Happy Days, way back in the 70s, 80s.
Ah.
Such a laugh I had watching you do it. It's made my day. I didn't manage it.
I think we need to see that again before the end of the show, Joe.
Absolutely not. That's something you'll only be catching on Catch Up, I'm afraid.
Oh.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Once was enough.
So again, the reverse of that pattern paper just happened to have that lovely little pink dot on. So again, like I said, you don't need to do too much at the front because all the details going on the inside. So all I did was stamp out one of those sentiments for my fabulous friend there and just put some foam on the back. And that's all I'm going to do on the outside of the card. And I'm actually going to leave that while last because I need to work on the inside. So I'll just leave that there for a second and then come back to this piece. So what I've done with some coloured cardstock is I've just die cut that central piece. And you can see where I've snipped into the pieces. So what I wanted was the pink element to go around the top for that daisy work at the top. So just to take that off nice and carefully so that I don't tear it in the middle.
And is that the Xyron that's been through, Jan?
It is, yeah. If you hadn't got the Xyron, I'd be looking at my dotty tape pen to go on the back of here. So again, just because it's been die cut, we can line that up perfectly with the one underneath. And it just adds a little bit more colour. You could actually take your inks to this, or you could actually colour it with your pens. You know, if you didn't want to die cut, any of those would work. And then I've done the same for the fence there and the little birdie. So we've just got a little bit, and these are just scraps of my textured card that I had. I keep them all in a pack, and I've just used those just to cut out those pieces. And you can see there how it covers it over nicely. So we've got that lovely piece, and then I just need to make sure that those pieces have got that fold in. And then the last bit that we're going to do is create our little dangle in the centre here. So I've got some thread. Okay, I'm going to take my double-sided tape, and I was watching Sarah when she was demoing the way. I love the way that she actually did this to make sure it's secure.
Oh, was it when she put it back round the side again?
Yes, she actually flipped
clever.
it back on itself, and I like that a lot. So what I'm going to do is turn this over, and we're going to work inside this fold here. So you want to make sure that you've got your length of thread that's long enough to cover both pieces. And again, I'm going to stick this into the fold here, and then make sure it's nice and taut, and stick it into the fold at the top. And then what Sarah did, which I thought was brilliant, is she took another couple of pieces, because obviously these are going to get twirled about and played with. So in order to stop this pulling straight through, she just flicked this back up to the side and actually stuck it down behind here, because nobody's going to see inside here. And I thought it was a really good way of actually securing those threads and not having to worry about whether they're going to come out. So you've now got that piece inside there to pop your little dangle on. So what I've done is I've stamped the butterfly there, Okay, stamped him 3 times because I'm going to put one on the front, and then literally we're going to take one of them and put it behind the thread. So I'm literally going to pop him straight through the centre there and pop the thread down onto that one, and then I'm going to take the other one, and because these have been die cut, we know that these are going to match up beautifully, and just stick that one so the thread's actually trapped in between the two, and stick those down. And now you've got your lovely little twirly centerpiece there that you can have a play with. So once we've done that, it's just a case of sticking that card. So the 2 outside pieces that we scored those panels for, we're going to pop glue on those outside sections there. Leave the center ones free, you don't need any glue in there. And then take your card that we've actually prepped, and we're literally going to line one edge up with the outside here and just pop that one in, and then we're going to line this edge up. Oh, I've not put my card in the middle, I've got some I was just going to pop that inside there, and we managed to get that in just so that we've got something to look through. Yep, so that one's going to go. That was a quick save, wasn't it?
It was a good save.
It was a good save there. We'll pop a...
It's like the 5-second rules if you drop any food, isn't it?
It is. Oh,
it
happens a lot at our house, that. Has my tape pen run out? Oh, do you know, it always happens.
It is. They save themselves when you're on air. That's what they do.
I don't like wasting my dots, but just so that we can get this one finished off, and then I'll swap it.
Okie doke. Shadiah says, come on, Prince Joe, it was a spectacular waggle. Please, one more time. Shadiah, not even for you, I'm afraid.
Oh, meanie.
I love Shadiah, but you know, I don't need to put myself through that trauma again. Not any more times.
And then once we've got this one closed, we can pop our sentiment on the front there, and then that last little butterfly, just to link it all together, we'll pop on there. So you can see from the front, we've got a reasonably straightforward design because we want all the attention to be on that lovely little pop out on the inside.
At that.
You can add more decoration if you wish, and then you've got this little piece here that does your little twirl on the thread there in the middle.
Could you?
But really easy to do.
Could you put these in the side of a box?
Yes, I suppose you
That might
could.
be a nice idea.
Yes.
Maybe not with a dangly part, maybe with, you know, put it in, but maybe a piece of vellum behind it, so you still was a box.
You could put vellum behind it, or acetate behind it. Yeah. I'm having trouble with my words tonight. I don't know what's going off. I keep forgetting the names for things.
Molly says, Jan's like a surgeon making this card, matching up all the little bits with her tweezers. Jan reminds me of, you know, you go to a Michelin star restaurant, and in the old days, chefs had tongs and spatulas, Jan.
Yeah.
Oh, not anymore. They have, you know, an arrangement of tweezers in their top pocket, and it's all, you know, they're picking little bits of petals.
I would not be without my tweezers. They're like an extension of my fingers, they really are. Because I've got quite big hands and quite big fingers. These just literally make those smaller elements so easy to use.
Jan is literally like a Michelin star crafter, that's what she is. Delicately arranging all the elements of her cards. Right, I want to share with you just a recap on exactly what is in that collection. Remember, lots of sets in here, great value as well to get what 8 brand new collections. So you've got Secret Garden, you've also got Time to Celebrate, Country Village, Into the Woods, Party Vibes, Our Home, Enjoy the Bubbles, love that one, and also Go Camping. You get all of those there, which is absolutely brilliant. So definitely snap those up. Now, I want to talk to you again about Farmhouse. It is so busy on the large collection. Remember everything that you get in there. So you're getting dies in here, stamps, embossing folders, coordinating dimes and stamps. The camera moved and it rocked a bit, George. But what you've also got, of course, are your stamps and dies in there. You've got 3D die cut toppers, wax seal kits in here. There really is a great variety. And it's kind of quite different in style, I think, to a lot of our previous Nature's Garden collections. The one before was chinoiserie, I think, wasn't it? The one before? Has that launched yet in the UK, chinoiserie? Oh.
This week, that one, yeah.
It's this week.
How did you say it?
Chinoiserie.
Is that what it is? I wasn't quite even sure how to pronounce it.
It's very oriental.
Is it?
So the thing is, you guys stateside have had chinoiserie. I love saying it.
Chinoiserie.
Makes me feel like, who's Nigella Lawson? I don't know why. Chinoiserie. In the States, it launched not the craft day just gone, but the craft day before. But it's coming if you're in the UK. Ooh. This is very different to that. This is very different to that style. It's a bit more, I don't want to say modern. It's a, chinoiserie means what? The European interpretation of Chinese and other East Asian traditions. There you are. That's what it means, Jan.
Right.
Write it down quick. You're committed to memory.
I know.
What we've got though here, this is very different. This is more, I'm not going to say modern, it's more playful, I think, than some of our other collections. So I'm just going to share with you again the paper pads, which are of course coming in the big collection. They are double-sided, which is awesome. So you got, as well as getting the mega bundle, you're going to get these in here, which is great. You've also got your your linen textured cardstock in there too. You're going to get all of that. And you're going to get the beautiful vellums too, where you've got the 4 pages of die cut toppers in here and all your floral elements too, which is absolutely brilliant. You've got all of that in there. It's very busy on that collection at the moment. It is limited stock. It has gone limited stock. So if it's in your basket and you want all of it, check it out. If it's not in your basket and you want all of it, you've still got time. You can still pop it in your basket, but make sure you check out immediately. All the individuals are available, but do grab it. I think the thing is at the moment with this, we very rarely reorder and bring this back. So if you want it, you need to get it now. At the moment, we've still got every single element available that we had when we launched it. That is not going to be the case after this show. This will come back. There's a small collection that will be available for you, but if you want it all, this is going to be your last chance to get a hold of it, which is awesome. Thank you for sharing this wonderful card, says Nina Marie. Kay says, Jan, that's a beautiful card. You're so good at your demos. Easy to follow along too. Teresa says, also, I use my tweezers so much more since watching Jan. Right, we're going to look next at something that I have put in a safe place. So safe. Oh, there they are. They are here. And they are, of course, these wonderful shape cards. And they do what they say on the tin. They make the most brilliant shape cards for you. You get your dies included. You get all your stamps to decorate them with as well. And you can see here, you've got your cupcake and then your corresponding die. You've got your dress and your corresponding stamps. And then you've got your teapot and your corresponding stamps in there as well. $74.97 if you want to go for these, or $98.97, which is brilliant. Now, these are super fun, aren't they, Jan?
They are, and again, I think the recipient, when you get something like this, it's just that something a bit different. And again, you know, you can actually make, I'm actually going to do this one as a shaped card, so you can see we've got the little teapot there. And we've actually got it as a card itself, and I'm going to show you how to do this. But again, there's no reason why that shape can't be a topper to go on your actual, you know, square card for want of it, or a, you know, a different size card. So don't be put off by thinking they've got to be made as a shape. It is just the concept that we've designed, but look at other ways in what you can use them. And again, so simple to do. So in your packet then, you're going to get your metal to cut out the shapes. And then you've got a corresponding stamp set, which has got lots and lots of extra sort of sentiments and embellishments on there. I'll show you what I've done with that one. So just to start out, we're going to take that teapot die and we're going to cut that out to just a piece of, again, I'm on my stamping card. I use it for all sorts of stuff. You can understand now why I get through.
We change the name of it, don't we? Everything
yeah,
card.
It wants to be all purpose, I think. We use it for literally everything.
Tell you what we're going to do, Jan, then. We've got a lot of votes to get through today.
Yeah.
So if we do this card, Jan, then we do the card of the day. No, the card of the show. Then after that, we'll do the card of the day.
Yep.
Then we'll do the card of the week.
Oh, that's a lot of cards, Joe. Are you ready?
We just had our local.
Do you need to limber up?
We just had like our local council elections here in the UK, and we elected a new parliament in Scotland and in Wales.
Yeah.
When was it? Was it the day before yesterday?
Thursday, I think, wasn't it? Yeah.
The results have been coming in. It feels like there's more votes in this show than there was in all of those elections. Honestly, I'm going to be exhausted. What, are you going to be calling me Dimbleby by the end of the night? What's his first name? David Dimbleby. David Dimbleby is like an iconic guy that does like election live results night, isn't he? I think I've got the right person.
Right, so let me
Jan's
just pop
not sure
that one.
either.
I'm
She's not
not,
having me out.
I'm not getting into it. No, I'm not 100% there. So let me just pop that back on there. So you can see we've got that lovely sort of shape going on. And then you're going to do that a second time. All right, so you want 2 pieces. And can you see how I've just popped a score line there? I don't know whether it's showing up on that. Just across the top of the lid here, I've actually popped a little score line, and that's what I'm going to stick it together with. So I'm just going to fold that backwards and forwards to give it the idea that we want it to move. And then again, I'm going to pop some tape on there, and I'm going to stick this one to it, just in that top section there. All right, and again, because we've die cut them, we know that they line up perfectly. And then because we've folded this one back on the score line, it allows your shape card to then stand up. All right, so all I've done is just pop that score in there to allow it to open up and stand nicely. And then the rest of it is just decoration. And again, you know, this is purely taste. So I've taken some paper. This one happens to be from the watercolour pad, but you can use anything, absolutely anything you want. And I tell you what would look nice, in one of the paper pads, and I can't remember which one it is, there's a gorgeous blue and white paper, and I'm just thinking there's a particular range of pottery that's all done in blue and white. It would look absolutely gorgeous.
Do you know there's a lot of really lovely like southern Italian pottery that's all done in blue and white bowls and stuff, but I know the one, are you on about Worcester? Is that blue and white?
Is it Wedgwood, isn't
Wedgwood,
it? Wedgwood was the one I was thinking of, yeah.
There's lots of amazing, obviously places like Worcester is famous for pottery, isn't it, here in the UK?
Yeah.
Stoke-on-Trent, very, very famous for pottery as well. Yes, some places in, I think, the Cotswolds, down that kind of part of the world, there's a lot of potters, is that what they're called, that make pottery?
Potters.
Does a potter make pottery?
I would think so.
Yeah,
that sounds feasible.
Sounds right. I mean, a lot of the stuff I say sounds right, Jan, but it's
well, we'll go with it. We'll go with it.
As long as you know what I mean, I think we're all right, don't you?
So again, and I've done the same again, I've just used the top just to create that little sort of illusion that there's a lid there. I've inked out the outside of it just with a little bit of ink just to show some definition. And then I've sort of been playing making some of the embellishments. So we've got, in the stamp set there, you can see the little T. I've just cut that onto a little tiny tag to make the effect of a tea bag. And what we're going to do is we're going to trap this under the lid. So I actually want to pop that under here before I pop the lid on. So we're going to have that one on there like so, and I want that to be free moving. And then, as I say, we can actually put the lid piece on top of there just to secure it. And again, because it's all been die cut, you know that that's going to match up just like the rest of it. And then again, in your die set, you've got lots of extra elements there. So I've just been having a play with some of the paper scraps. You can see here we've got the little teacup.
Nice.
It's actually die cut that way, but we've turned him round, yeah. I've used a little tiny scrap of silver mirror card just to do the little teaspoon, absolutely gorgeous there. And then inside here, you've got some matting and layering dies. So again, I've just cut a couple of those. I've used the scalloped one and the circle, and then stamped from the stamp set again, T, and it's got the little N for the noun, and it says a hug in a cup, which I think is lovely. So we're literally just going to decorate this up now. So let's pop those to one side. Just going to pop that one down so that I can remember where we positioned everything. So we're going to put this one down on there in the centre. And again, just use that ink round the outside so we've got a little bit of definition going on. And you can raise these up on foam pads if you so wish. We've got that sentiment, or the sort of like a meaning, like a dictionary definition going on there.
Nice.
I've popped some foam on the back of the little teacup just so that we can get that raised up a little bit, and that's going to go down the bottom there. And then the little tiny spoon, I think we'll just use a little tiny bit of, because it's very, very delicate. I don't want to risk pulling the handle off. So I'm just going to put some on there. I'm going to grab my tweezers again because it's so small, and we'll have that as if it's across the bottom of the saucer there. And then I want a little bit under that edge just to secure it. So just hold that down for a second. And then the last thing I'm going to pop on there, I think I'm going to anchor that down. Don't know whether I like it like that. I'm going to pop a bit of foam under there just to actually keep it in place. So again, we just want a little bit of that just to go underneath that little tea bag.
Awesome.
And we can anchor that one.
How do you take your tea, Jan?
Tea, I drink my tea black, same as my coffee. Yeah.
No sugar?
No sugar.
Oh, Leanne also drinks her tea black.
Black tea, black coffee, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I've just used a little bit of ribbon there for the top, just to pop that decoration on. But they're really, really fun. And you can see there how you can turn something, you know, that started out just as plain cardstock into a really nice, cool little design. And they're just a nice bit of fun. They will fit in an envelope, or you could make a box to put them in if you prefer. But I just think they're really sweet.
Really
cute.
Gorgeous. Super, super cute. Would you mind getting them ready for
I
demo
will.
of the show?
Yep.
I don't know if you have a finished one of whatever you had planned for the rest of the show,
I
Jan.
haven't.
If you want to...
No, we'll have to pass on that one.
We'll
It was
just do
another
it.
farmhouse one.
No
but,
worries. We'll just do it on what Jan has done so far. Let me just recap what you're getting in there, the different styles. You're going to get the stamps to go over, and you've got the bottles, the cupcake, the dress, and you're going to get the teapot in there too. Step-by-step video tutorials on those as well. $74.97 or $98.97 if you want to get your hands on those. Don't miss out on that. Right. Demo of the show, the first
so
of
the
many
top of the
votes.
show then, we actually started out with the Farmhouse Collection, and we used that beautiful embossing folder to create that circle showpiece on there. So that was number 1 for Farmhouse. Number 2 was the creator card die. So we've got that lovely delicate statement rose there with our Centura pearl behind it. That was number 2.
Nice.
Number 3
2.
was the pop-out card. So we literally had that sort of reasonably nice going on at the front.
Nice.
But with the detail popping out in the centre there.
Gorgeous.
So that was number 3. And then number 4 was our little teapot. Let me just move that one that we've just finished there, which was the shaped card. So again, that's number 4.
Brilliant. 1,
Okay.
2, 3 or 4. The choice is yours. Get voting over on Crafters TV on Facebook or across on Crafters Companion on YouTube for the demo of the show. Should we share some of the pictures that you've been sending in to us? I think we should. Mary from Tennessee. She always comes through with the pictures, our Mary, doesn't she? She sends us loads, which we love. She sent us this one in. I love that truck, Jan, don't you?
Do you know, it's like an old Chevy truck, isn't it? I just absolutely love it. It's great
Really
to colour
beautiful.
as well. It's really easy to colour in.
Awesome.
Yeah, fantastic. With all they look like little window boxes with the flowers in, don't
Yeah,
they?
like little window planters. Love
Yeah.
those. Karen Holmes has been very busy as well. She sent us this one in. These are those new
Beautiful.
stamps, I think, that we launched just a few days ago, if I'm not mistaken. I think so.
No, I think that's one of the toppers, Joe, from the back of the Vellum Pad.
I thought they were the stamps that we launched, the sort of aperture stamps.
Yeah,
recently.
no,
Look,
I
it's in
think
the-
that's actually one of the toppers out of the back of the Vellum
I love
Pad.
that.
I'm fairly certain.
Just shows you how easily you can put together a
But
card with
just,
those
yeah,
toppers that look
twisted
great.
easel on there. That looks stunning, doesn't it?
Really lovely. She's also done this one with the geese/duck/mallards that we've got in here. She's done them as mallards. I mean, if you were to do them as geese,
They
I'm
could
sure
be.
you
My
could.
husband thought they were geese when I was sat playing with them at
Yeah.
home. He said they looked like geese flying across. But yeah, again, nice and easy to colour up, but really effective.
lovely.
And again, a nice one, I think, for a guy's card, that one.
Absolutely. Peggy's done this next one here as well. Love that.
Oh,
Loads of
wow.
ornate detail on there.
Look
with the
at
double
that
Z
with
fold.
the edgeables. Yeah, that's lovely. I like how you've combined that with, again, we're always saying use it with things you've got in your stash, and that's a perfect example, Peggy.
Really
Beautiful.
is. Val's been busy as well.
Yeah.
Lovely Val
Oh
in
my
Southampton.
goodness, look at these.
Awesome, aren't they?
Wow, absolutely gorgeous. I love the colour combinations as well there.
Absolutely lovely.
Fantastic.
And then she has sent us some more pictures in as well. Really love the close-up of the
That
fairy
looks like Debbie Fisher's craft along.
there. Doesn't it?
Yes, that's beautiful.
The
yeah.
fish is crafted along.
The fish.
The fish, as she's now known. Anna's done this next one for us as well here,
Gorgeous
as
look.
you
Yeah,
can
that
see.
statement butterfly in there, beautiful.
Really, really awesome. Now, talking about the geese, did I tell you this earlier, Jan? I think I was telling Bernie. They've become the bane of my life at the moment.
Oh no.
So I live by 3 canals. So if you go for a walk,
Yep.
you go along the canal. Well, it's that time of the year. They're always a bit, they always make me, if I get near one, if there's one on the canal path, I have to like quickly run past it. Now it's at that time of the year where they're having the babies. And you just I keep seeing pockets of people collected on the canal path, stuck where they can't get past because the geese are there sort of getting them.
Protecting their little ones. Oh, bless them. Yeah.
It's that time of the year for a few weeks. So, I mean, you take your life in your own hands.
Pass at
and
your own risk.
You do. I'm starting running again next week. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, let's give you some chance to get voting. Whilst you do that, let's have Club Inspire and then we'll come back and we'll pick that card of the day. Here's all the details of Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. Become a member of our club today.
Me and Jan just talking about how envious we are of animals that are able to sleep standing up. Imagine, can you just imagine, Jan? You're at home, you're not feeling, or you're just, you're out and about and you're tired. Yeah, how many times you've been for a meal in a restaurant, you leave and think, oh, I could do with a nap now. Actually, you just go and stand outside the restaurant, have 20 minutes.
We have the strangest conversations, don't we?
Just wherever. Waiting for a bus, just have 5 minutes. That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? Right, demo of the show. I am surprised, Jan. It is number 4. The teapot, which is a surprise.
That's cute.
So I'm going to come and grab that from you and open up demo of the day. If
there
that's all right.
you go, fantastic.
Wonderful, thank you very much. So demo of the day. It's a tough one today. It really is. So we'll start with Bernie's boxes. Are the first one which she made. These. Just chucked them on the side. I hope you're not watching, Bernie. I actually just threw them across the counter, didn't I? These are Bernie's boxes, and these are great. These were some origami boxes that she made earlier. There's no adhesive or anything on them. She's not even sewn them. She just folded them up. Very clever, I thought. Then we've got that awesome happy birthday card from Jan, which was done this afternoon. Really lovely with all the stenciling on there. So 1 for the boxes, 2 for the stencils, or 3 for that teapot. That you've seen just there a moment ago. We'll give you 5 minutes. Yeah, let's say 5 minutes to vote on the card of the day. Then at 1:45, we'll do the card of the week. Brilliant. Pamela Evans says, yes, Joe, I walk the local canal here in New York, and the Canadian geese can be mean if you get close. They're the same ones. We have the Canadian geese in the UK. Now, the other thing I don't get about the geese, right? They swim down the canal. They swim down the canal and they start to take off and they start going, they go, and they fly. And it's a big effort. They've come like 400 metres. They take off, they fly for about 50 metres, and then they land again. And I think, babes, was it really worth the effort?
That's a lot of effort, isn't it? For 50 metres, wow.
They're not going anywhere. They just sort of take off and land again.
A bit like that bouncing bomb on the canal.
Yeah. So it's strange. If anyone knows the answer to that, we got any, what are they called? People that...
geese experts.
Geese experts, yeah. Or ornithologists, is that the word? Please do let me know. Slip into the comments and let me know. But anyway, tri-blend brush pens is what we're going to have a little look at as well. These are incredible. They are brilliant because you can lay down so much colour with them so quickly. What you've then got is your brush nibs on there. So you get that colour down nice and quickly, and you've still got the ability to do that 3-pen blend, which is brilliant. You get all of these colours included in there. You've got a 10% off. You can use your Club Inspired discount as well. The other thing that Jan's going to talk about is the rotating design board with Nancy, which is the bag which is designed to take your rotating design board. Now, not only can it take your rotating design board, you can also get your colouring mediums in here alongside this. Or maybe if you want to spin a lot, you can have 2 rotating design boards in there. There is room to put 2 in there. You've got a pocket on the front, you've got a slip pocket on the inside of here as well. Even if you had one of our pen wallets, you know, the marker cases, I think you'd get that in there comfortably. One of the Sarah Buddy bags or the Deborah Buddy bags that takes your pens as well. It's a brilliant deal to get both the rotating design board and the bag itself. And as we discussed, Jan, no mucky bottoms, which we don't like,
No mucky, nice sturdy bottom there,
Absolutely.
yes, just to hold everything together.
Brilliant. Well, of course, we're going to go and do it with Jan. Woohoo!
Got his bag, I thought he was off then, I thought he was.
It's been a sunny day today, isn't it, Jan?
It always is when they put us together, Joe.
Yeah. It's only day 2 and 4 as well.
So, I've actually got my rotating board here then, and just to show you, just literally how easy that moves around, it really does. So it's got that fantastic design mechanism there. We can just take a little peek inside, you can see all the ball bearings in there that allow it to turn just really nice and smoothly. So again, you want to, a lot of, when I'm preparing for the shows, all the stamping and colouring, I tend to go and have a massive stamping session in my craft room, and then I take all the bits with me, with my pens, and I go and sit in my armchair in the lounge while I'm watching something on TV at night, and then sit and have a colouring session. So obviously this is ideal to work on a lap tray, or if you've got a small, sort of those tables that fit across your knee. You've got something here that's nice and sturdy, but you've got the ability for that movement so that you don't have to keep trying to turn and getting into awkward places. It comes with the clip. So again, whether you prefer, if you're sort of colouring up here, you can have this down out of the way. You can then maybe move it to the other side when you actually want to work on here. So again, choices as to where you want to put that. So that's the actual board, and then we've got this fabulous pack of tri-blend brush pens. So you may be familiar with our original tri-blends. Let me just grab my pack from down here. So the original ones, this is just one of the packs, and these are what I was using earlier. We just grab one of those in a black case, and you may be familiar with that formula there where we've got 3 blends of the same colour. So this is the lavender blend, and I've got LV1, 2 and 3. So when we tip it over, you've got the light shade, the medium and the dark, and these have actually got what we call a bullet tip on. So again, nice for colouring in, nice for colouring sort of smaller areas. You can be quite precise with them. Now the way that the brushed ones differ, and there's a clue there in the title, you've got that same format. We've changed the colour of the pen so that they're easy to spot. You've got a tri-blend marker versus a tri-blend brush marker there, and then you've got that same format. So in this one we've got green turquoise blend, which is GT1, 2 and 3, and again you've got that same format with your light shade, your medium and your dark. So again, in here the difference is that beautiful Japanese brush tip. Now this is great for colouring in larger areas, and you can also get some techniques in with those brush tips as well, which I'm going to show you. So if you're not familiar with the setup of these, it literally takes the cap off for the light colour, it splits in the middle for the medium shade, and then all you do is flip it around to the other side and it splits at the end for the dark. Absolutely brilliant. These have become one of my favourite pens for colouring in. I must admit, I normally reach for these more than any of them that I've got now. So I've literally just stamped really quickly that truck out from the Farmhouse Collection, and I'm going to pop that onto my board, and again we can clip it up here just to get it in place. Move these out of the way, and we'll literally have a look at how those work. So I'm going to use the lightest shade first. So typically when you're using an alcohol marker, Start with the lightest one and then build up the different shades. And the biggest tip that I can give you, well, a couple of tips. Number one, you'll notice I've put a piece of paper underneath, even when I'm working on the rotating board, because you want something to absorb any alcohol. It is typical when you're alcohol colouring that the marker will bleed through onto the back of your paper, and you want something to absorb that if you get too much. Otherwise, it's going to start and draw back up through your card, and that's where you get that bleeding. Sometimes I get people asking me that, oh, it's bled outside the lines, have I used the wrong ink pad? All right, that's the next thing to come to. So I've actually stamped with one of our finesse ink pads that is alcohol proof. So this is actually a water-based dye, so that when I start using my alcohol colouring pen, it's not going to move the line art. And then tip number 2 is to work on one area at a time. I'm not going to try and colour the whole of this in one go, because by the time I've got from here to here, this end will have started drying, and then it makes it less easy for you to blend. So I'm going to go to that light one first and literally turn this at an angle that I can work with, and you can see how these literally just lie that colour down beautifully. Absolutely. And even though they're a brush tip, you can get into the finest here, look, the finest of little spaces. All right, so what I'm going to do is just work on this outside edge here, and we'll just take that ink all the way around there, and then we'll do just this one section. So I'm going to do that bit, and then I'm going to come round the mudguard there as well. Okay, and they are really, really good. As I say, you've got the fine tip for getting into the detail, but to lay them down, you've got a really good expanse of colour there.
Remember as well, loads of tutorials and help on our website, on the website under the video tutorial section, 2 full 2-hour Colour Me Happy presentations on all of the colouring mediums that we stock. So no matter what it is you buy from us, you'll always be able to understand, Jan, won't you, what you need, what you need to use, what cardstock you need to use, and how to use the products. But I think the thing is with colouring, especially if you're new to colouring, you go into a retail store, Jan, like a, what's the word I'm looking for? The place where you buy magazines from, what are they called?
A news agent.
You know, like the big newsagent style shops sometimes sell like colouring mediums, don't they? And I mean, you go in and you look at them all side by side, and it's easy to be a bit lost, especially if you don't know what you're after.
What you're looking for,
it's all there for you, isn't it, over on the website?
So all I've done then is I've gone round the edge with the darker shade from the opposite end, and then this is the mid-tone that I'm just nudging the edge of that colour with, and then I'm going to go back to my lightest one and just blend that in. And then we'll do the same just to show you that darker one again round here. Taking it, and you think, oh, it looks quite scary, it looks quite dark. Okay, but again, once you've got that mid-tone there, just nudge that edge. Don't go all the way over, because a lighter shade will bleach out a darker shade. So I'm just touching the edge of that line with my medium tone, just to encourage those two to blend. And then going back to the lightest tone there, to literally blend that medium tone back in. Okay, and then leave it. All right, think, well, oh, it's not quite as good as I would expect it to be, Jan, it doesn't look great. But what you need to do is allow the alcohol to evaporate, because this is actually quite wet at the minute. So just allow that alcohol to evaporate before you start and examine what's going on with it. So that's actually your colouring on there. But the other side, the beauty of these, and these are where you can get some really, really nice effects. If I just pull this to one side for a second and go onto this sheet here. With the actual brush pens, you've got the facility to do really, really fine strokes with the point. So again, like making grasses and things like that, if you've got sort of images. But if you lay these down, you can do really. Now, I couldn't do this with my brush, with my ordinary bullet tip ones. Okay. All right. And again, you know, just simple things like, for example, if I actually bring this round and press it down, and press it down again.
What colour are you using, Jan? Ask Susan.
This one's actually the green turquoise blend.
Perfect.
So GT, anything in the GT numbers. This is GT 1, 2 and 3.
Awesome.
All right, but then if you get into the darker shades, obviously they go up through the numbers. So the lower the number, the lighter the shade of that particular colour family. So again, you know, all I've done there is lay it down, made a little heart, or if you go around more than once, you can actually start and create your own little embellishments.
They're very versatile, aren't they, these brushes? Definitely a place in your stash for both the brush nib and the bullet nib, would you
There
say?
is, yeah, definitely. Different jobs, you know, it's the same colour family, so they'll work together. You know, so if you've got an area where you wanted to colour with your bullet nib, then go on to a brush pen to colour a larger area. It's the same colour family. So in your tri-blends, you will have this blend in the bullet nibs as well as your brush nibs. So they will work in partnership with each other. But again, great for doing those extra little details as well if you want to do some of your own embellishments.
Awesome.
Yeah?
Always great to know, Jan. Thank you so much for that. The card of the day is number 2, Jan.
Number 2.
Number 2.
All
is
right.
Your card of the day. So congratulations, Jan.
Thank you.
We are going to go back through now and we are going to vote on the card of the week. I'm going to number them as we go through. I am going to recap them as well, so you'll get 2 chances to see them, so don't worry. This is numero uno. This was Craig's. And this was from Monday Makers. Craig Monday Makers, number 1. This one here has no name on it, so I don't know who made it. But
it was me.
Oh, was it you, Jan?
Sorry,
Jan.
it was me. That was Tuesday. That was the new sub box.
Jan, Tuesday from the new subscription box. There you are. This one here is Debbie with a Y. Debbie, what am I like, Robinson? Here is that one. And this is using the puzzle dies that she's done this with. It is fantastic. It's from Creative Cravings. So that is number 3. Number 4 is the fish from Craft House. Debbie Fisherable, the fish from Craft House. Number 5 is again another no-namer, so I can't tell you who that is. But that is
not me.
Number 5. We then have, we'll work out who that was later, number 6 is that one there. Now there's one missing, however, there is this on the shelf. So is this number 7?
Oh, I'm not sure.
All there is one lone flower up there on its own. So who knows? Ooh. Let's go with 6. I don't know, maybe that isn't that. We don't know is the answer to that question. I'm going to recap them again for you. So number 1 is Craig's from Monday Makers. Number 2 is Jan's from Tuesday. Number 3 is this one here with the lovely Debbie Watermark Robinson. Number 4 is this one from the fish. Number 6 is unknown. We think this is the fish as well because she was in this week too. So the fish. With that one there, number 5, or Jan with number 6. I don't know where number 7 has gone, or if that flower is number 7. Who knows? Oh, hang on. Yes, hang on. Rachel in the comments. So Rachel is saying, Rachel, are you telling me then that that was one of the card of the days? She's typing away. We're going to see what she says. Because if it is the case, then the flower is going to be number 7. The flower was Debbie Fisher's flower forming foam.
Right.
Number 7. So that is number 7. 1 to 7. You go. Go now. Make your vote count. You've got just over 5 minutes. Don't make the wrong decision. We're all counting on you. So I'm just going to pop these over here and we'll come back to those in a bit. Right, I'm going to whiz through the boards again to share with you what is included. I'm not going to flick through these again. I'll flick through them at the end of the demo, but remember what you've got in there. You're getting the 12x12 in the 6x6 and the You're getting the 12x12 pattern papers in the 12x12 and the 6x6. You're getting, I know, honestly, you're getting the texture cardstock and you're getting the vellum, and then you're getting all of the rest of the gorgeous crafty paraphernalia that goes with it as well. So you've got the stamps in here, which are awesome. That's Simply Thankful. We Can Do It. You've then got your May Your Day Bloom stamps and dies. You've got your Let Your Love Grow. This here is your Flying By to Say It stamps and dies. You then have Enjoy the Ride. We've also got You Are Loved, Family Blessings, Thank You, those 3D die cut toppers, the wax seals in there, as well as the wood embossing folder and the reef embossing folder too. A fantastic deal for what is an awesome collection. If you want to get the whole collection though, if you've got, what is it called? Full set syndrome, then you're going to need to get on board right now, because It is limited stock and we won't reorder elements of this collection, so if you want it, grab it. If it's in your basket, then get it checked out, would be my advice to you. Jan, do you think we've got time to squeeze something in with this?
I think so, yeah, because I've got a lot of it ready. So the main bit that I wanted to show you in this one was the other embossing folder. So I've started some matting and layering going on here, and I've just taken a piece of that paper from the paper pad, and then I've got another piece that I want to put across the bottom here. But before we put it through, I'm actually going to pop it into that lovely wood grain. And not just the wood grain, I love the fact that you've got the little screws in the bottom as well. So I'm just going to put that in the bottom of there because I want those screw elements on there. Just an ordinary folder, so it goes between our two clear cutting plates. And then I've just grabbed some of my ink. I'm just going to bring a little bit of ink over it so that we can bring out some of that wood grain. So on there, we're literally, but just look, you can see the actual detail in there. And then if we actually ink it, it'll bring it out a little bit better for you. So you can see there where it brings up and it all tones in nicely. I've used craft card for the backing on this one. So again, I was thinking more sort of along those masculine lines. I know I get asked a lot about, I think we tend to find it harder to make for the guys. I don't know why. I think it's because, you know, a lot of guys wouldn't want flowers and butterflies on their cards. Hang on. No, I'm not including you in that, Joe. I wasn't including you in there. I was just about to say...
a bit of a generalisation there, a bit of sweeping sexism there.
You didn't let me finish. I was just about to say,
I know you were, but I just thought I'd cut you off right at the optimum moment.
Who wants a butterfly covered in sparkle and you name it? I've got you down to the ground.
I do indeed.
He loves a bit of glitter, don't you, Joe?
Oh, I mean, I do. There is nothing that cannot be improved by rolling it in glue and throwing glitter at it, as far as I'm concerned.
So you can actually see now how that's brought out that lovely design on there. So we're actually going to put this on the bottom section here just to create that sort of bit of interest. So
I've even bought sun cream for the summer with glimmer in it.
Oh my goodness,
and it's
honestly.
packed full of glimmer apparently.
There'll be no stopping you.
Gold and silver glimmer, glitter particles
days.
in it. Imagine me on holiday. I'm going to be like a human disco ball spinning around by side the pool.
There'll be everybody like getting reflections off you. They'll all be stood there with the sunglasses on.
Tied up like a trapeze artist swinging around. Can you imagine?
Oh,
it's going to be fabulous.
So we're just going to pop that one on the bottom section there. And then I've actually made my card blank. And all I've done is I've taken craft card, I've put some plain in the back so that you've got somewhere to write, scrap that was left over just to link it together. And then I've taken some of this edge away because I want this to sort of overlap into the centre there. So I'm literally going to stick this just down that one side there. So we need to leave a gap at this side for it to overhang. So again, plenty of glue on the back there.
Last chance to get your votes in for card of the week.
And we're going to pop that one on there. And then the rest of the elements I've actually got ready for you to see. So I've used that gorgeous, I absolutely adore this. And this time we had to go with the red pens. And you can see where I've got that sort of darker shading round there on that one. We've popped that on some foam, and I've just cut a circle out of the, an oval out of that craft card, and we're going to pop this on here. So this one's going to stick and overlap again. So again, I just want to put my tape just on this half of it. So plenty of tape round there, and we're going to pop this one just overhanging a little bit there. And then I want to pop this one on some foam just to get those little pieces off the back there. Come on, don't let me down at the 11th hour.
Is this your favourite foam on a sheet? There we go.
It is, yes. And you just cut it down to the actual size that you want it. I love it. Found a new product, and I'm just, because it's going onto the craft card, which is quite fibrous, I just like to put a little bit of wet glue on there as well. So we're going to pop that one in the centre of there. And then I've coloured in some of those little elements. So we've got the little fruit basket. I think he's definitely a goose. And then the one that goes in the back of the truck there. So he's actually taking all the goods off to the market, I think. So this one's going to go in the back there, as if it's in the back of the truck. And then I'm going to pop these two just as decorations down at the bottom. So we'll have the fruit on there nice and flat at the bottom. Don't want to cover up those studs in there too much. Okay.
This is a beautiful,
and then
beautiful
I think,
card.
Yeah, we'll just stay flat with him now because I can see we're getting to the end of the show there. And again, we'll pop him. And I love just, you know, stamping these out, cutting them out, and then just sitting and having fun colouring them. And then the last one that I used was that lovely thank you. So in here, you've got the die to cut out that. And I've cut that out of the craft card. And I've cut it 3 times each because I like, again, to make a decent weight embellishment rather than it just being one piece. And then coloured it with my red marker pen because I wanted to pick up the red here. So I'm literally just going to pop that one on the top. And again, if you've got the Xyron sticker maker, you can pop it through there. Again, you could use your dotty pen, your tape pen. I'm just going to go with a little bit of wet glue on there because I had it ready. And we're going to pop thank across there, and then you at the other side, and that's my other farmhouse. And again, you know, there's so many, because you've got all those elements in there as a collection, you know that everything's going to work together, and so many different ways that you could use this as a collection. But again, you can see you've got that one at the front there. Open it to have somewhere to write inside, and just those lovely coloured die cuts just to take. I'm in love with the truck. I absolutely really adore it.
Yeah, absolutely adorable. And another great card there from you, Jan.
Thank you.
I'm ready to announce the card. Let me just see. I'm just going to do a little tally on where everyone's at. We have a new leader because it was a tie, wasn't it, at the top? It was tight at the top on 4 wins each.
Yeah.
But we have a new winner, a new leader. Stretching out into the lead with 5 wins is our Debbie Robinson. So Jan, if you do the honours with a marker, if you could pop over there and pop that up
here, and I'm going to trot
Debbie her
around the
5th
front
win. So we'll have a little look at the marking ceremony going
so Debbie
up.
with a Y
win.
there, okay. So
Absolutely.
I like to do my fancy ones.
What's your fancy one? Oh, there we go. There we are, out in the lead.
I don't know why they've all suddenly got hearts around them, but I feel as if I need to do a heart as well for
There you
her.
are.
So there's our
Win
Debbie.
number 5.
Well done.
Congratulations, Debbie Robinson, with a Y. What
I'm
am I
just
like?
looking here. I'm a bit behind, aren't I?
Well, you did win.
Story of my life.
You did win last week. You can't win 2 weeks running.
Okay.
I'm gonna pop this one up. That was gorgeous. Last week's was absolutely beautiful, Jan. That mixed media project that you created. A quick recap on the farmhouse project. Farmhouse range. Let me run back through. I don't know what's happened towards the end of this show, Jan, but the wheels are coming off. And you've got the gorgeous papers in here. You're going to get in the 6x6 and the 12x12 size. You are also getting the textured cardstock, which is awesome. 230 GSM, perfect for construction, embossing, die cutting. It's going to be great for all of those things. Then what you're getting is the Vellum Pad. Now the Vellum Pad's awesome because what you've also got are all of your die cut toppers in there, and then all of those beautiful patterned vellums that you've got in there too, which is awesome. So that's coming to you in there. Then I want to run you through all the hardware, the accoutrement, the paraphernalia, whatever you want to call it, because it's all beautiful. So what we've got in here then is the Simply Thankful stamps and dies, as you can see there. You're also going to receive the We Can Do It. I love this. I think this is such a really lovely, it reminds me of a Disney character. I think that's what it is, like a modern Disney character, that lovely lady there. We've then got the May Your Day Bloom. We've also then got Let Your Love Grow, which are these awesome, that's that seed packet there. You've got Flying By to say hi. This one here is your Enjoy the Ride. 3 sentiments in this collection for you. You're loved, family, blessings, and also thank you. We've then got the awesome 3D die cut toppers. You have got your wax seal kit in there, the textured wood embossing folder, and you've also got the foliage reef embossing folder there for you as well, which is brilliant. Should we have a little look ahead as to what is happening tomorrow here on Crafters TV? I think we should, because it is a blooming fantastic day coming up for you tomorrow. I haven't worked with Craig for ages, but I'm going to be reunited with Craig in the morning, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. Not only that, we're going to have a special guest. The lovely Janine is going to be joining us. She is a qualified yogi and an executive chef. She's going to teach us a few tricks as to the things we can do to start our day in the correct way.
Yeah.
Honestly, I could do with that help.
Yeah.
Believe me, midday 7 a.m. 7 a.m. if you are in the US. Then we've got a launch date. It's the brand new Cut in Numbers with myself and Sarah. That'll be at 3 p.m. here in the UK, or 10 a.m. if you are across on the East Coast, which is absolutely awesome. I'm hoping for some, stretches, some breathing exercise. Maybe a bit of downward dog or rising. That's as far as my yoga moves go. I'm sorry. Right, Jan, I've had a lovely day today. I hope you have too.
I've enjoyed it, Joe.
When might we see you back here on
I'm
Craft
back
TV?
on Thursday.
Awesome.
I've got Craft Along, as I say, which I've got to sort out tomorrow. That's my first job tomorrow with those gorgeous new creator card dies. And then I will also be doing Cartload on Thursday night. So goodies galore.
Awesome.
I've seen the list already and I can't believe some of the prices that are on that list. I had to read it twice, Joe.
Wow.
Honestly,
well, I won't see you
yes.
for a little while then, because I know that's not on my days, and then I'll be back in for a few days. So
Yeah.
maybe I'll see you the week after. I hope I will.
I hope so.
I hope you have a great day. Enjoy what's left of your Mother's Day if you are stateside. Don't forget about those 50 bonus points on things that you want to buy from Crafts TV today. Don't forget to check out your baskets. I think that's about it. I'm going home. Jan's going home.
Yep.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.